Let me start with the news center this morning. Good news is that selection of senior high school placements is ongoing. It ends on the 6th of June before the writing of 2025 BEC. But the news, the biggest news for me with that particular press event is that the government is considering absorbing private senior high schools in the free senior high school policy to spread the reach of the policy to private senior high schools, and I think is a big deal that we need to look at. Mahama praises Margins ideal group for pioneering role in Ghana card execution. Minority demands answers over ECG container saga. Iyoko arrest wound to me after CID interrogation, and MTN CEO rallies private sector to lead economic reset.
Now, the new publisher missing ECG container story was a big lie. Minority chase energy minister. Government asks private schools to free SHS, and Wuntumi arrested again. And people have asked questions also. Well, you can arrest him, interrogate him, but also just don't do it in that style that it was done. But having said that also, what about the other persons who are being accused in this government of engaging in illegal mining?
Yeah.
What's happened to them? We'll get into that also. And NDC has put Ghana on autopilot. That's Patricia Piaget, Deputy Minority Leader. And
she's on the front page of the Accra Times as well. Minority calls on Ghanaians muster courage to challenge constitutional infractions. The Honorable Patricia Piaget is here, the Deputy Minority Leader. Now, the Speaker of Parliament is also on the front page of the Accra Times. Bagbane cautions MPs, do not mistake privileges for impunity. And Ayariga salutes heads of committees, tasked them to submit detailed reports on their recess activities.
Now, 2 years after EVAT, GRA slow to sign on businesses, low compliance amid revenue leakage, is on the front page of the Daily Graphic Ecobank Ghana Economic Forum today, and Ministry launches new SHS selection guidelines. Let's just listen to when it comes to the school placement, because yesterday they were talking about that. Also, Mahama praises Margins ID Group. But let's listen to the ministry introducing those guidelines.
Candidates who wish to enter SHS TVET school must, with guidance from parents, guardians, and school authorities, select 7 schools in total, 5 main and 2 alternative. Your 5 main schools should be ranked in order of preference, with the first being the most preferred choice. Your 2 alternatives should be selected from Appendix 3 for consideration, if not placed in any of your 5 main choices. Select programs and residential preferences for each of the schools, 3 boarding and 2 day. Candidates may select 1 Category B school as boarding and another Category B school as day. Candidates may also select 1 Category C school as boarding and another Category C school as day. Please note that candidates placed in any of their choices will not be changed, and I emphasize on that, will not be changed. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, also note that candidates cannot choose more than 1 from Category A. Candidates cannot select more than 2 schools from Category B. Candidates may select all 5 schools from Category C, 3 boarding, 2 day. As our Honorable Deputy said earlier, we have a lot of good schools in the Category C. They have all the facilities, and we need to make good use of them. So we are encouraging parents to look at the Category C column and choose schools for their children from the Category C. Candidates who wish to offer pure TVET program must select 5 TVET institutions from Category A, B, C using the same selection criteria as indicated earlier, as day or boarding.
So there you have it. Yeah. In our time, you choose the schools before you write the exam.
Yeah. We had 3 options, right?
Yes, and in fact, we probably chose it 6, 7, 8, 9 months before the exam. So it was a long time before the exam. But all of this changed. Now we've gone back to that process. In our time, 3. Now it's 7. In our time, you could choose all Category A schools at the time.
No, we were advised to choose.
No, you were advised
first choice Category A, second choice category B, and third one C.
Well, in my time, you could do that. The only problem is that the moment you miss the first one, you are out. And in our time when you had all the headmasters in a region meeting,
to select.
So if you chose, say schools from different regions, you ended up missing an opportunity.
Yeah.
So I when I was going to secondary school, chose all my schools from the Volta region. So I chose Marley School first, Bishop Herman second, and Bando Secondary School third.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I remember that very well. Yeah, so but these days, everything is done either, by a computer.
I'm waiting for a day where we would not have category A, B, or C schools based on resources.
Okay.
Because some of these schools are categorized based on the resources and the quality, the perceived quality in these schools. And I think that we need to ensure that we resource our schools very well, so that they are all standardized. And if I live in Shidium, for example, I should not aspire to come to school in Presec or go to Kumasi High School. I should be able to school in Shidium, stay at home, go to school, and that actually will reduce the burden on the state when it comes to senior high school education.
That I agree with.
Yeah. Now let me bring you the Daily Analyst. GJ Elections, June 4 files nomination to seek re-election. Ghana Embassy in Washington reopens tomorrow. So the embassy is reopening. There have been a lot of reactions to the closure and the announcement by the Minister for Foreign Affairs. AG opposes suspended CJ Tokonu's bid to halt removal proceedings. And Wasa East DC declares war on Galamsey. And it is wicked to accuse me of selling STC lands. This is Nana Akomia speaking. And bad news, sad news for our fraternity. Veteran journalist Kwesi Jan Appington passes on at 74.
Yes, sad one. I met him not long ago. We we're organizing a training for a corporate institution, the two of us. Such a fine gentleman. We had a long conversation about a lot of things, politics, media. May his gentle soul rest in peace. And back page of the Daily Graphic, also before we go online, Rexex storms Sakumo Ramza site to remove illegal structures. And just listen to this and I'll tell you a few things more.
The demolition exercise has left many affected individuals furious, with some claiming they were misled into purchasing the lands. Several aggrieved property owners accused the Forestry Commission site manager, Thomas Aqua, of collecting huge sums of monies from them and encouraging them to build.
His name is Aqua. When I started putting up my structure, he was always encouraging me to continue building. He started demanding monies from me. I've given him more than 40,000 Ghana cedis in total since I started building this house.
However, the man at the center of the allegations, Thomas Aqua, has vehemently denied any wrongdoing.
Who am I to assure them to build? And on what grounds will I collect money from somebody when I know what you are doing is wrong? I haven't taken any money from anybody.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu has reiterated the government's commitment to protecting Ramsar sites from encroachment.
We are going to continue and make sure that the entire stretch of the buildings should be done.
Authorities have confirmed that the demolition exercise will continue today, with more illegal structures expected to be pulled down.
Great. So there you have it.
Yeah. The people who say they were tricked into buying land in those areas, when they bought the land and they went into the Ramsar site, didn't they see that it was a waterlogged area? It's a protected area. It's a Ramsar site. Or they needed a doctor's diagnosis to say that Charlie, we need this. I just don't get it. Okay, and Winston, one thing is very key. If people have built there, we need to find the people whose responsibility it was to prevent these people from building there, to also answer questions. Dereliction of duty. You are put in a place to ensure there is sanity when it comes to the built environment. If you did not do that, you should also answer questions, because the state is getting machinery. We are buying fuel. We are paying for people to do this job. Now, who bears the cost of people's indiscipline and criminal acts?
You're right. Look, we have people who are expected to prevent these things from happening. Where were they? And so it's not just enough saying, oh, we've demolished structures. This wouldn't be the first time we've demolished structures. In fact, I started hearing about the demolition of structures on waterways in the 90s.
Yeah.
During the last administration, Henry Quarty was going around demolishing structures here and there.
Yeah.
And that's all of a sudden where he stopped. But where did that take us?
Yeah.
And on my joyonline.com this morning, legal education bill to end Makola monopoly. That's according to Roxanne Nelson Eche Dapiamabo. I like that name.
Yes. He says they are moving the bill under certificate of emergency agency.
Yes, they should do that.
to reform legal education. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I think they should do that. They should do that. I mean, this whole thing of everybody having to go to Makola, the Ghana, law school, and today we have 3 campuses. I think there's or 4. There's one at UPSA, Gimpa, and Legon. I think there's one at Legon, and there's Makola itself. Not Makola itself. 4 or so campuses. Look, I believe that there should be the faculties that qualify should be allowed to run even the vocation program. Then when they are done, then these people can go and sit the exam. It's that simple.
Yeah. So that there's a general central exam, but you can go for the training in any accredited faculty.
Exactly.
So people from the north must not come down south in the pursuit of legal education.
No, I don't understand that. Anyway, Chairman Wontumi hospitalized after arrest. Lawyer says interrogation suspended. And look, I've heard a lot of people complaining about, this should have happened long ago. I do not have a problem when somebody is invited and interrogated. My problem is most of the time we do it in a way that leads to all of these things. CID invited Wontumi. All right?
Yeah.
He went there with his lawyers. He didn't see party people going there. Iyoko wants Wontumi. Get him there with his lawyers. There's no problem. Why? He's not above the law. So he goes there with his lawyers. They interrogate him. He leaves. If you say, okay, he's under arrest, he should be giving a bail of this and that, goes on. But when you deny people access, they have no information as to what is happening. That is what you would have there. And we should stop these things. Okay? But having said that also, it's important that everybody who's been mentioned in association with Galamsey be investigated. You have seen the Awin chiefs accusing their member of parliament.
Yeah.
They've accused their member of parliament.
It should be investigated
It should
immediately.
be investigated immediately. Do not pretend that you haven't heard. Don't let us make this look like it is only when you lose power or you are in opposition
that the laws must deal with you.
No. When you are in power, the laws must also deal with you.
Yeah.
And so the constituency chairman, for instance, who prevented the task force
from doing their work.
Yes, the NDC constituency chairman.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these persons, you must investigate them, ask them what it is that they are doing with illegal mining, that they will do that. Don't let us go round so that, after 4, 8 years, maybe 12 years, 16 years, whenever there's a change in government, then we go back again. No. That system must change. And as the president promises to reset, the reset must start now. Yes.
Let's bring you more stories. Rambo-style arrest of people, unnecessary NPP unknown to miss arrest by Iyoko. Mahama calls for Africa's second liberation, a fight for economic justice and historical truth. Trump administration halts scheduling of new student visa appointments. So if you intend to study in the USA, that's an update for you. You may want to revise your notes. That story is also on citynewsroom.com. And Mahama must avoid IMF return to secure legacy. Yesterday's conversation, some people believe we should extend. Others are saying, no, we should not go back to the IMF. Now, Dafia Meko is still speaking. Dafia Meko, suspended Chief Justice acting as if presumed guilty. And CD will depreciate if by December if local production is neglected. This is the IEA warning us. There's an interesting story also on the front page of the BNFT online. This story says we should rethink our trade strategy. Okay, this is Dr. Enchidan. So he's urging us to rethink our trade strategy to be able to take advantage of current global opportunities.
Okay.